Hello everyone. This class we are going to learn about the supplementary reader, the new flower. Let us see the summary. The lesson New Flower is the writer Ruskin Bond's life experience. It is about the writer and a little girl named Usha. While roaming the hills of Missouri, they both discover a new flower that both could not recognize. The writer says that one of the most delightful experience of walking in the hills is coming across an unusual and little known flower. The writer had been roaming about the hills of Missouri. It was Ugadi, first day of Hindu calendar, and he feels that it's still mild winter on the Himalayas. He was climbing up the steep road to his cottage. A 9-year-old little girl named Usha was returning from school. She hurries past him up the hill. When the writer joins her uphill, she points to a flower blooming along their path and says that it was a new flower. The flower was butter yellow blossom and stood out like a bright star against the drop winter grass. The author had no idea what his name might be. When Usha insists that she will pluck the flower for him, he refuses her, saying that it may be the only one growing there, and if they leave it there, it may bear some seeds. That night it rained. The next day the writer walked up the road expecting to see the flower again, but it had disappeared in the storm. But two other flowers had blossomed. They looked as though two tiny stars had fallen to earth at night. The following day, the writer showed Usha the fresh blossoms. 2 days later, the writer saw goats gazing nearby. He was afraid that the goat may eat the flowers and tried to show them away. When a goat gave him a baleful look, he backed away. He recalled an incident where one of his grandfather's goats had pushed a visiting officials into a bed of the Nostradiums. Usha comes to his rescue and drives away the goats with her pretty blue umbrella. The flowers were saved. As summer advanced, the flowers disappeared and the writer forgot all about them. Soon winter returned with cold winds blowing from all directions. One day the writer heard Usha calling him from the hillside. He saw her standing behind a little cluster of the golden star shaped flowers. She was enhanced by the sight because she helped save them from the goats. Now there were several of such flowers all over the hillside. The author confesses that he does not know their name, but Usha tells him she had always seen them growing in her village on the next mountain, and people call it Basant, which means spring. The writer is disappointed to realize that they were, after all, not the discoveries of her new spices. new species, but their disillusionment was outweighed by their pleasure. The flowers had flourished in adversity. The writer wishes that they may thrive and multiply. So this is a very small and brief summary about the supplementary reader, The New Flower.